outside of somewhere else in the galaxy, this is worth, tens of thousands and thousands of credits. Anyways, he gives them his lunch money because he tells them that he's going to be very busy with work for the week. The dad kind of neglects his son. So Wim leaves to catch the school bus, and he does what all of us little boys did as a kid, which was, play with our toys and pretend that they're spaceships. And this really took me back. Before the internet, before Instagram, before social media and phones and all that stuff, we were just playing with our toys and making up imaginary scenarios with them. Like, you could literally have a car and be busy with that for like all day long, pretending it's like a super race car. He then sees his friend Neil, and I can't tell you how many times I've reenacted this with my dad, with myself, and with a few select friends, where they start to reenact lightsaber battles with invisible lightsabers. And they're probably reenacting, Luke and Vader, as I'm sure the galaxy has heard many stories by this point. And his friend is an Ortolan. This is the same species as Max Rebo from Jabba's palace and the Book of Boba Fett. As other classmates on the bus see them and make fun of them, they finally get on the bus to school where they discuss nerd stuff. Now, as Neil is talking, Wim looks out and he sees Fern on her speeder bike with KB, and she's taking a shortcut through the forest. He continues to look at his tablet, which is all Old Republic Jedi lore and stuff about Jedi temples and things like that, which also reminded me as a kid because, well, who didn't do that when they were a kid? As they get to school and to class, Wim is drawing a Jedi with a lightsaber, while the droid is lecturing, much like many of us did when we drown out the teacher in school and doodle on our pages. So far, this show is hitting all the nostalgic moments and unlocking core memories. Undersecretary Farah, who is Fern's mom, is there to talk about career assessment tests that are happening tomorrow, which she puts major pressure on the kids to make them think that this test will outline their entire future, which is pretty accurate as to how school systems act, that a test will outcome your entire life. When Wim is called upon to ask what he wants to be when he grows up, he says that he wants to help people, save people, essentially to be a Jedi, and his friend really grills him on this after class. Now, his friend is a true friend, and he says he can fail the exam too, knowing that Wim didn't study for it, so that they're in the same class together. I should only hope that everyone has a friend this loyal. Wim and his friend, Neil, walk home after school, and Wim is greeted with a warm embrace by his parents, which was a beautiful scene for me. Don't we all just miss when life was that simple? You come home from school and, hopefully your parents who love you or parent greets you with a warm embrace. It was nice to see for Neil, but then of course we also get the realistic side of what Wim is going through, where he's met with the opposite. He comes home